Hi guys, welcome to another vlog. I know you miss me now, but I have to show a presence because I was looking at the channel and I'm saying, oh, it's a couple of days now.
Channel dead.
I need to check in with my, my people, my dear one people.
What about the new folks? What about the new folks?
Oh, welcome all my new folks. I hope you're enjoying your stay here. And of course, we're not going to disappoint. We're always bringing it, right?
Straight up. Big up on yourself, guys. Thanks for always watching as usual. Thanks for dropping the comments and pressing up the like button. But if you don't love Rashi's story time, Rashi full of story phone.
Yeah, drop a comment below definitely and let me know.
Yeah, we just leave from work and I say, Rashi, you need to drop a story. I swear, because I have the story them, she have all of the stories them.
So anybody know me from long time knows that I always have some things, some parables. I grow with my granny. I grew among my granny. Amongst my grandmother. You understand? So a bit of a rub off on me. Both grandmothers. And guys, both of them very spiritual, if you understand what I mean. So I guess that's where it came from.
You tell your subscribers that you can see stuff.
Yeah, them know that. You pick up that down, guys. I'm a dreamer just like Joseph. And you hear about Joseph in the Bible? For those who are not reading your Bibles, Joseph was a dreamer in the Bible. So as a follow-up to my last video about me being in the church.
So this story, before you start, this story is for me as well. We can sit down and relax and listen to the story.
Listen, and you can interject on their behalf. Because they are not here to say whatever. So what you think you'd want them to know, you can just interject, right?
Yeah. Even though, guys, you will be able to drop a comment, same way. So still interact. You will be
drop a comment. I'll definitely be reading those. Trust me.
All right. Jump in it. Which story you talk about now?
All right. So he was asking me about why I strayed from the church. So guys.
No, me never ask you. You did that. You bring it up out of the blues and just start.
All right.
Guys, so this morning, was it this morning or yesterday morning?
Yesterday.
This time moving so fast. Yesterday morning, she was taking a shower and Rashida decided that she's going to explain herself to me. You know why I missed you out of the church? And a whole heap of story from here so till tomorrow. So, why not just share to the subscribers, share to the viewers, let us all know why you're not in the church, given that you're so biblical and you know so much stories in the Bible. What caused you to stay away? And it's not something to smile about.
Of course.
You should feel somewhat ashamed. You should feel somewhat ashamed because you grew up in the church and you departed from Christianity.
No, I've never departed. Never.
Good, but you're not active because you're not going to church every Sunday morning.
Train a child in the way that he may go, that when he's older, he will never depart. I've never departed.
You've never departed. All right, let's get back to the roots. Why are you not in the church on a regular basis?
All right. So,
guys, so
since I'm in Canada, COVID hit. So, church was over the net. You know that I've been attending some church sessions on the internet, but mostly, guys, they are from Jamaica. Okay. None in Canada. I've never visited a church. I've gotten numerous invitations though to church, but I also have a drawback with that. Let me get into it. So for me, I went to church and Sunday school straight up to 18, almost 19. When I met Jermaine now.
No, I am not in the picture as yet,
Yeah, when I met Jermaine, no,
you can't.
I was going on and off.
I have to interject, Rashida. You cannot use me as a disclaimer. You stopped going to the church before you met me. Please remember.
Not much months before.
Yeah, but you weren't consistent.
Yeah, but I was still going.
Yeah, but you weren't consistent.
Alright, guys. So, when I was in sixth form.
If you continue the foolishness, I'm going to just talk,
So talk, no?
Guys, Rashida departed from the church. She was a house rat. She departed from the church because she wanted to have a boyfriend. And in her mind, if she have a boyfriend, she will be engaging in certain activities. So she was afraid at the time that persons in the church who were able to see things would see the type of activities that she's doing. Right? So that's the main reason why. Is that so?
I am God-fearing, so yes.
would you say God fearing though? Are you worried about the people in the church? Because God would see you no matter what. You know.
God would see me, but
in the church,
but Jermaine, there's a certain reverence that comes with being inside the church, and a certain conviction that comes on you when you're in the church, even though God can see you anywhere else. But when you're in the presence of God, like it's strong, you know, in a holy place, like you just feel exposed.
Okay.
So you don't want to face it. It coming like you do a crime, but you really don't think about it until you go into court.
Makes sense.
Right.
And
so
I cannot disagree with
right.
you. And
So
that. I went to church as well, guys, but I wasn't really brought up in the church, I would say. But as a young child, I used to go to church every Sunday.
So guys, I used to go to church with my grandma straight up to 12, and then I moved to Portmore, and then I was going to church with other persons. I think my neighbor. I was going to church, and then sometimes when I don't go to that church, I go over my grandmother and I go to her church. So I was in between two churches at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
but
the main reason why you departed from church is because
you know, you want to have boyfriend, and I really thought that like the elders in the church would like them will see in the spirit, and I don't want them to confront me and say, you know, are you involved in certain things? So I just avoided all of that. So I just stopped going to church, and I've never actually made it back to going to the church consistently.
Consistently, very hard thing to do.
Yeah.
We plan so much and so much occasions that we're going to start going back to church,
and then it's just not happening. But we're definitely going to change that, right? For it's something that we're looking into. And we were also
invited to church here in Canada, and we still have not attended.
The drawback that I have with somebody giving me an invitation is that sometimes somebody in the church like don't like somebody else, or it's a weird thing, you know, church have them problems too, you know, guys, who don't know that too. So sometimes the person who invited to church, they are not good with a set of persons, and as you come, you don't get a chance to
meet everyone
fair and square. Like somebody don't like you because this person.
You're affiliated.
Yeah, you're affiliated.
Yes,
I really just want to go to a church and just have fear in it. I just want it to be fair. Like you don't like me if you don't like me, and you like me if you like me. I don't want to be, you know.
I don't really care. If someone recommend a church to me and I value that person, and I find them as a nice person,
I don't say like
I would go to the church. If guys, tell me what you think. If you agree with what Rashi saying, or you know, if you really want to go to church, if you would just go regardless of who is inviting you, because that's a really topical one. Because a lot of persons don't go to church because of a certain
reason,
affiliation, or a certain reason. But most of it, still, Rashi, I think is just excuses. If you're ready, you should be able to just stop what you're doing.
I was invited to a church here in Canada, and I think that I'm gonna go shortly.
Nice girl.
Nice girl.
Nice
so
lady.
If you're watching, big up yourself. I'm gonna come to church with you.
Lady.
I don't think none of my church clothes can fit me, so I need to get something, because I know that you should come as you are, but me like tidy.
Yeah.
So me have to tidy if you come church. So I think that I'm gonna get my stuff together shortly to go to church, right? So I'm gonna come to church with you. Don't worry, I'm coming. Alright, so guys, you know, today, you know, I was just thinking about sharing a word with you guys. We're not turning into a gospel channel now, but you know, so me have to feed your spirit too.
Story time. Story time.
So guys, given that I made mention of Joseph, you know about the story of Joseph. Do you know? Or do you remember?
Listen, when you test me, Rashida, don't test me.
Alright.
Guys, I watch a lot of Jesus movies when it's Easter time and Christian time.
But you remember that
Christmas
story?
Time.
You remember that story?
Somewhat. Which one of go on, let me see.
Alright, so the story of Joseph is the one that so Joseph was I think he was the first child for Rachel and Jacob, right? And what happened is that Jacob loved Rachel a lot. He loved her dearly because of how he just loved her from him see her. Apparently he married to her sister before, because her sister was the older one, but him really loved her till him wait 7 more years to get her, for work for her father, so him can win her like the right way, right? So we're not getting to their story, right? But the story is about Joseph, her son, who was her firstborn, and Rachel died in childbirth when she was giving birth to Benjamin, his younger brother. Long and short, guys, he was the apple of his father's eyes. So if you're the apple of your father's eyes, you can relate to this, right? Because of that,
Joseph.
Yeah, Joseph. Because of that, Joseph's father made him a robe, beautiful colors. Everybody can see him from afar. So he was a shepherd, you know. His brothers, they were like shepherds, right? So he oftentimes, the father send him to, you know, bring them lunch. You know, he was like the send out, but the father keep him and Benjamin close because, you know, the mother deceased. So him love the mother, so him keep them close. So the brothers couldn't help but notice how him just pretty in him coat. Him just pretty, so like them start develop a jealousy towards him.
A lot of brothers, right?
I think it was 10 of them. I think it was 10 of them.
Okay, yeah.
Because what happened, and you see sometimes, guys, when you don't wait on God, this is what happened. Because look at it. These kids came into play because Rachel was barren at the time, and she gave her, like our maid, they were assigned maid, she gave her husband permission to go to her maid for have a child. So that's how they came about. And the second wife, that was our sister Leah, she bore a child for him, but then never loved she. That's why I worked the 7 extra years to get Rachel. She also had children for him, plus she gave Jacob her maid to have children with. So that's how the 10 children came about, right? So him really loved the one where the lady were married to, the one them really love, and she basically died, right? So him cherish them. So the guys now think that the 1 year him too favored to him father, too precious for him, right? So what them do now, they created their tents further out because them can't even stand see him, because he was a dreamer and him keep on telling them about his dreams all the time. So they were so annoyed by him, but what made them angered now is because he might tell them about a dream, or him dream how must see the moon and star bow down to him. So they must say, wait, you know, here where my dream. So it's like him want tell you, say then them a go bow down to him. So them get for hate him now, right? So the jealousy turn in a hatred. So them bring them 10 further away, farthest from him never got there so yet. Them bring it far. But however, him see somebody along the way and ask him, father send him, you know, to tell them, maybe for send stuff. I don't remember the details. But however, them see him coming to the court, them get mad and say him really fine, you know, them really fine because them annoyed by him now, you know, because that's what hatred do, you know. When you hate somebody, if you continue put it in your heart, it will become like you not even want to see them. So you have to be very careful, guys, right? So when them see him coming now, them say, you know, what we must do for him? Them start plan for him now. I must say, you know what? We are going to kill him. We are going to throw him in the pit.
Okay.
Them start plan for him now. The little boy now, no say danger reach him.
So it was Daniel and the lions then? That's a different story? That's
a different story.
Okay,
this
good.
is Joseph. So now, them throw him, one of the brothers, I don't remember what his name was, but you can comment below. I think it was, I don't remember, so I don't want to tell any lie. One of the brothers felt bad for the decisions that the other brothers were making. So he gave the idea, instead of to kill him, put him in the pit.
Okay.
So they agreed, but his plan was to come back and save him from the pit, because him really never want to do that to him brother. He would have a soft space for him. But the rest of them hate him so much. When they saw some merchant come in, them have a new idea. So the brother who wanted to save him went away somewhere to hide, in hope that when they go away, him go and save him. So he wasn't there. So when the merchant come, the way them hate him, them say, let us sell him into slavery instead. So they, although they throw him down in the pit, and the little boy, you know, really a cry and I say, you know, when really do this to me. You know, him one in the darkness. When him see them come back, him happy. And I say, him brother, them change their mind, them are going to help him. But by the time them dry him out, him realize, say, the merchant are wait for him. However, guys, the little boy gets sold into slavery and then watch the little boy go away. Once the other brother know that was hiding to come and save him, come and see the well empty, to save him, he must say, oh God, what happened? And then basically tell him, so them sell him into slavery, in which him know. I say, where am I going to tell him father? Because at the apple, him father hides, you understand? So them gone with him now. However, him accept him life for what it was, and him work hard and him try to be the best slave as possible. By this now, guys, this Crosses woman, and always hear me talk, I don't remember what her name was, but the master that he was working for had a wife. I don't remember what her name was, right? And she loved Joseph. She like him body. She like how him look. The guy look like him did cute and sort out. So she tried for, you know, get him to be with her that way there. But the guy is so faithful and loyal to him boss, him say him nah do it. So she tell lie and she tell lie and poor Joseph say him make advances at her. And the king couldn't do better but for believe him wife, although him know say she's a little wretch. Him know this, you know. Him throw him in the prison, right? Because him can't embarrass him wife for just say she's a liar.
He was also very upset to Russia.
Right, he did upset because he really respect the guy.
Yes, and he was upset with
Joseph.
Good.
So when the guy going to the jail now, guys, he meet one of the king, one of his maid, right? I don't remember what position that person held, but however that person held out, I think he gave grapes to the king and the other one whatever. However, because he was a dreamer, guys, him learned to interpret dreams. The man told him his dream and the other servant, the king's servant, because it was two of them, told him his. And Joseph read the dream and told one that it meant that he would be killed and the other one that he would be promoted basically. And guys, as I mark it 10 today, that was exactly what happened. One was killed and one was promoted, right? And because of that, Joseph say, you know, tell the king about me, because he might try buy him space out of in prison, because remember he was wrongfully sent to prison. The man don't remember nothing about it. So guys, if you always help people and they don't remember you, that is an example, because Joseph helped that man by interpreting the dream, and all he had to do was sell him good to the king, because he had a good influence on the king, and he did not do so. So don't feel bad when you help people and they turn on and be ungrateful. The man don't remember anything about Joseph. So like 2 years passed now and the king himself had a dream. Him sent for all the sorcerer, everybody in all the land, nobody can interpret the dream. No, this user man, the same assistant to the king, remember Joseph at this time. So you see, them come to use you again. You understand? Them never help you. And him remember, you know, when him in a trouble again. So him remember Joseph and him put it to the king. And the king said, go for him. When him go for the king, when they went for Joseph, Joseph was able to tell the king that, you know, it means that you're going to go for 7 years of famine and 7 years of good thing, you know. So he saw 7 fat cows and 7 mager cows in the dream. So Joseph interpreted the dream and let him know about the famine that's going to come to the land. So Joseph was telling him that they need to have like a good man as the lead to make sure that they have food. And what better thing the king thought of and appointed Joseph the role. Because given that, you know, he stood up and said, you know, him can do it. So him come out of jail now. Guy that was a slave
Wasn't there also a part of the story that like the king's wife made a move at Joseph again when he came out, and the king realized that happened and started to really believe Joseph that he wasn't the one trying to make advance at his wife?
No, it was at the same time the king knew that she was promiscuous, but him still had to believe her.
There was a part of the story though where the king actually found out though, Rashida. That him wife, promiscuous.
The Bible didn't show that. Maybe the movies show it like that, but the Bible never worded it like that. But it was during the time when she was making the advances. So guys, at this point now, Joseph, get him rule, I think it was emperor, whatever. However, him the ruler. Him only person like above him is the king.
Yeah.
Him second to the king. So I'm just showing you today that your position last year, this year, no must determine where you're going 10 years down the line, 1 year down the line, 6 months. So God bring him from slavery right up to a commander. You know what I mean? Rule of everything. And remember, he was special to his father. So him never need to even be a slave. So sometimes it show you that God demote you because him going to promote you.
And also
higher.
To add to that,
and guess what?
Calling is on your name.
Right. And when they say when purpose is on your life. So he had purpose, and the purpose that Joseph served long and short, guys, is because a famine was going to come on the land, and his same brothers, his fathers, sent them to get corn, grain from this one place where have food, which was where Joseph was now the leader for. And him own brothers come there buying corn from him and never realized that it was their brother, because they have it, so the father have it that he's dead. Right? So the father have the heartbroken all these years, and he knew that it was his brothers, and he gave all of them a bag of corn, and plus left the money that they came to pay for the corn in the bags. So when they went back and pull out the sacks, they realized that they had all the money. But the only thing, Joseph gave them a condition, because he wanted to see his smaller brother Benjamin. He told them that he's going to hold one of their brothers hostage, so they must go back and return with Benjamin. At this point, they know that the father is not going to allow Benjamin, because it was in their care. Basically, they lose Joseph, so they wonder to themselves, now, how can we get our father for really give away Rachel little baby now? Him not gonna release this one. Them go to the father with the deal, them go back home, travel home, bring home the corn, eat. By this now the corn finish, because the father no want to let go the baby. And them say, you have to do it, because him hold the next son hostage. So the father, although heartbroken, him say basically this at the end of the rope. Him go just die if that one you go, but him trust them and send him, because that only way for them get food. So when them send him now, Joseph was so happy to see him little brother. Him treat him special among all of them when him give them a meal to eat. And then him disclose to them that he is Joseph and tell them the story, and they couldn't believe. But guess what? Forgiveness is very important also in this story. So if somebody wrong you, find it in your heart to forgive them, because God is going to bless you, and he's going to put you on grand staging in front of your enemies, because they cannot stop what God have in store for you. What is for you can be for another man.
To be foolish, right?
Right.
But just be forgiving.
But be forgiving and let your blessing flow, right? And when I'm saying it to you, I'm not saying that I am somebody who is always forgiving. I am still learning, because some people can really touch the part of your heart the way you really feel mad, you feel hurt every time you even hear them name. You feel angry, but really, guys, it's something where make your heart heavy. And because me personally experience it, and it's not good, so I'm not going to tell you to do it. I'm still working on myself, but I can tell you the amount of people who me did have on my list cross off, a whole heap of ticket there now. So I'm on my way. I don't have a handful on it. I don't even think I have 3 persons on it, 3 fingers on it. So I'm making real progress, and I'm very proud of myself. But the word today is, guys, the word for today is that you need to learn forgiveness. Also, don't judge a situation today. Sometimes we fall from grace, but we fall to get up back more mighty. And sometimes people in your family can deceive you, and they can fight you. But guys, them fight you for you find a way, because you same one are going to be in a position to help them. So you ever hear them say the saying, you heap coal on them head, you're going to heap coal on them head, because it's embarrassing enough for them to seek help from you.
Yeah.
It's a beating for them, so don't worry about that. The only thing is that you leave all vengeance to God. Once you leave it to God, everything alright. So I'm just gonna leave you with that word, and I'm encouraging you also to read that story. It's a very good story, very interesting story, so read it for yourselves.
You know why I listen to you, Rashida, I remember bits and pieces but can't put it together.
Yeah, but you remember now.
Yeah, unless me I watch the movie.
Yeah, what I can't remember though is the names of the persons good, but I know that the two sisters was Leah and Rachel. And guys, it brings me to another note, even with men. So men that I know of is from Jamaica, so I'm more familiar with their behaviors. And so I was saying to Jermaine, I know that it's from Bible days, them have these practices where man have whole heap of woman and the woman them still is a good woman. So sometimes don't really follow what society is saying.
That's for your next video, man.
Alright, but you understand what I'm saying. And the next thing, is that to guys.
A 6 video in a one. Come on,
10 story in a one.
Come on, man. We say story time still, but come on, one story at
so guys, comment below and let me know if you want to hear more stories.
Guys, say story. Say story time.
I'll see you guys in another vlog, but I'm really looking forward. So while I put out this video, I'm in the comment section waiting for you guys. I'm waiting. I must
say though, Rashi, I definitely enjoyed listening to that story.
It draw your memory.
Yeah, and there were moments that I wanted to interject, but I realized that I didn't know the story. every time I want to say something, I realize you know what you're talking about.
So you know the story now? You remember it?
By listening to you.
Okay.
By listening to you.
So guys, take the lesson from the story. Not necessarily just a story, but these are nice stories, guys. So if you don't even have a Bible book.
I used to watch them as a kid, like every Christmas
as an adult,
and Easter. We used to watch them. Even with Daniel.
Guys, I had a grandaunt. She loved me dearly. Before she died. Let me just telling her this before I go away. And she always, every time I watch Easter show with her, she was like, "What a wicked man!"
Who that? Who that?
My grandaunt named Aunt May. What? Okay. Like when them beat Jesus and I whip him, she said, "Oh God, forgive them. They know not what they've done." God bless her soul, Aunt May, but she did nice. But guys, if you enjoyed this vlog, definitely drop a comment below and say, story time, or you enjoy it, or just give me your 2 cents on the story, something that I haven't covered, and just let me just read the comments, because while I put out this video, I'm in the comment section waiting on you guys. So tell me, and make sure that you put a like on this video, because if you don't like nothing else about this video, you must like say Jesus name in it. So if you like Jesus, press like. Dear say you bless it, they press like. You bless Rashi.
Straight up, guys.
You like
right
Jesus.
Now, just relax and listen Rashi and our stories. You realize me now have nothing to say. This is not my strong area. This is Rashi.
But you know of the story though.
If what?
You know of the story.
Yeah, but come on, a few people can actually come and tell that story.
I know a lot of persons, because I did Sunday school straight, so.
Well, that's true.
Sunday school straight,
some
prepare
people,
lessons
some person that
straight.
say, not a person's Wally, you know what I mean? Not a person's I know, but I love listening to those stories. My dad is a really, really good storyteller.
So if you know about the story, please comment below. Drop a comment below. I'm looking forward to it. And thank you so much for listening to us, although we have been babbling a long time. Thank you for your support.
Not babbling.
My new supporters, thank you for staying tuned. And my old subbies, I love you. Big up yourself. You guys are the foundation. Thank you. Enough love and blessings. Next time.
Straight up. We're out, guys. Big up yourself.